Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne doing your daily video for all signs for October 12th, okay? So hope your weekend is going good. I'm kind of starting off slowly here. It was a wild week. I had jam-packed schedule, but it's awesome. Just so you guys know, if you guys want a private reading with me, you can email me at elizabetholson31@gmail.com, and I'm happy to do a private reading for you guys. You guys have been awesome with the comments, and yeah, I think everybody's really enjoying the videos, so it's really great. So yeah, let's see what we get. I'm just going to pull one off the top here. This is a good one. Again, this is for all signs for October 12th. And you could probably see at the top I said peace of mind. This is peace of mind. This is someone, I think we got this recently, so I guess, you Pisces or someone who has Pisces in their chart, is watching these videos. And basically this card is, it's about, in a way, getting away from it all, but in having emotional contentment. It's like there's a lot of water here, and this is the mermaid. This is someone that's like that's really just going deep, inside themselves, and finding emotional contentment, finding, peace, having that peace of mind. So this is a day where, if you've been really struggling, maybe you had an epic week, and maybe the Mercury retrograde is totally, kicking your ass, like it kicked mine recently. If it is, then this is a day where you're gonna feel better. I feel like this is a much better, just you look at all that blue. Look at all that this, I really imagine that this is like, okay, this is like a diver. It's like a scuba diver. Someone who's literally going deep into the water. And when they go that deep into the water, everything that's going on in their life, all the madness with the kids and the family and the drama and the boyfriend or the girlfriend, all that stuff goes away, because this person, this is a girl. Okay, so you ladies, this is really for you, and especially for Pisces. Okay, that this is almost like what you need to do to have peace of mind. So if you can go for a swim, it's time you do that. If the pool is closed, or you live in a place where there's no water, you need to turn your music on, and plug your ears, and not engage in any kind of conversation with anybody that's gonna razzle frazzle you up. It's not about razzle dazzle today. Okay, this is like the time you need to have some rest. And it's sort of like I'm getting like the light guides you, the light that guides you home. And I've gotten this before. It's just, oh, I see. It's sort of like it's emotion. Each of your emotions is there. Your emotions are there today to guide you to whatever it is that you want. And this guidance is like divine guidance. It's sort of like it's almost like the angels and the heavenly light is lighting your way and saying, okay, you're good, you're on the right path, but you need to listen to your heart and listen to your emotions and figure out your emotions, and be guided by your heart and the emotional energy that you have in your heart. Because I feel like there's a lot of emotions that are in your heart and you don't realize that they're there. and they're there to guide you. So if you are having a difficult time figuring out what it is that you want to do or where you want to go, or just the energy right now is very confusing, you need to, you can go for a swim, go to the ocean, you know, if you don't live by water, go to the Y. If the Y is closed, it's time to put on the earphones. Okay, so guys, you may know somebody who is very emotional. Okay, and you may just want to give them some space today. You know, like it's not that it's not that she's gonna have like a meltdown on this day. It's more like you need to give her space so that she can process all the emotions that she has going on. This is a need for space. This is a need for emotional space. This is a need for figuring out your emotions in a productive, positive way. Okay? You know, and listening to your intuition and your inner light and your inner guidance, and letting that guide you. Okay, so it's figuring things out. It's having peace of mind, and peace of mind is where your thoughts and your worries and all this stuff. You're not in this today. It's not a day to be in this. It's a day to just be at peace and to sit with those emotions, and to let those emotions see, because she is guided by her own light. She's got this light on her head, and she has all these these sort of flashlights that are shining the way in the darkness. I don't think it's so much darkness. I just think it's deep water. So those of you who work in the ocean, you guys are going to go deep today. Today is deep water diving. But those of you who don't, this is just about figuring out your emotions and not letting your emotions cause any havoc in your head. It's interesting because, a friend of mine, she's going through this tough time with her boyfriend, and it's like every little text message is like another emotion that's just like, it's just like one thing after another. And this is a time to disconnect from that. You need to disconnect, turn the cell phone off. This is you taking you time to really figure things out, and not letting it be driven by what somebody else thinks or what somebody else feels. It's interesting I'm talking about this too, because this has come up recently. It's about, okay, so in a game of soccer, there's the defense and then there's the offense, okay, side to the field, right? And the offense goes up, like, proactively and tries to get the ball and shoot into the goal and score. The defense sort of hangs back, not entirely all the time, but they hang farther back in the field. And they're more like receptive. They're there so if people come towards them, that they can block and protect the goal. So, but the thing is, on this day, this is about being on the offense, choosing to go or choosing to do something on your own. There's no other person in this picture. This is spending alone time. This is going someplace on your own to figure out your emotions, to think clearly, to get away. This is needing to disconnect, from all that stuff that's going on in your head, all that stuff that's going on around you. This is not a time to wait for someone to call you. This is not. This is a time where you say, okay, this is as far as this relationship has gone. And right now, I'm not going to put any energy or effort into it. It's just, it is what it is, and I'm going to go this way. And if they want to come with me, that's fine. But this is you going your own way. People can be moving. This is also a card of moving too. I just thought of it now because there's a lot of movement in this card. You may have been very busy. It's funny, but because there's a lot of busyness up at the top, and then she's going away from that. So it's like things are calming down. And this day, this is a Sunday. This is a great day of rest. This is October 12th. This is a great day to just take a day of rest and not work and just chill out. Maybe watch some TV, maybe, go outside, maybe call up a friend. But I would take some alone time more than any of that other activity stuff. Just take some time in your own space. Maybe do a little writing in your journal. It's funny because we are in the second week. Hang on. Let me see, am I crazy? Second week of retrograde. Yeah, it's funny because this is the deep retrograde time. This is the second, going into the second, a little bit over 2 weeks. This is the hardest week. This week is all going to be all about taking time for yourself. All about meditating. Gregory Scott, he does tarot cards as well. I'm going to post a link to his meditation video that I absolutely love. And it works every time. And every time I listen to it, I fall into this. I end up falling into like this deep sleep for like 4 hours. But it's a really great meditation video. And so this whole week is about, this is the start. I feel like this is the start of it. Sunday is really starting us off on this. Needing to take alone time. Needing to really just meditate. Just being in the silence, Not, you can put your music on because that stops your mind from worrying. But after a while, once the worrying calms down, you need to unplug from it all and just be in silence. Those of you who have kids, you're going, well, I've got kids and they're all running around and they're screaming and how is that going to work? Well, this is a day where you want to call a babysitter. You want to go out for like 3 hours, even if it's to the store by yourself to go get groceries. You have somebody come over, and watch them for 3 hours and have you go to the store just so you can have that peace of mind time. You need that peace of mind time. And you're going, well, that's going to cost me like $60 to go to the store by myself. How am I going to do that? But you need it. You just need it. You need to figure out a way to make it happen. It's that the energy of that day is not so much about busyness. It's about peace. And, there's all this stuff still on Twitter about, I think John Lennon's birthday was, John Lennon's birthday was on the 9th. That's right. So, he obviously makes me think of Yoko Ono, and her thing is peace. Imagine peace all over the world. This is a day to imagine peace all over the world and to be at peace with yourself and to not let anything, get you worked up, not to have anybody ruffle your feathers. This is just a very calm day. There can be in the beginning of the day some busyness, but towards the end of the day, you want to just, really mellow out. Get in touch with that inner child within, and just, maybe do some reading, maybe, maybe make yourself a cup of tea or something and just kind of enjoy it for a moment, The world is like, I was watching this other video actually. It's one of my angel videos that I watch. And life is not all about this busyness, rushing around to get a lot of things done. It's not about being busy. Life is about the pauses, the times you pause and you enjoy the moment, So this is a day to really do that. There is movement, like I said. Some of you may be moving on this day, but you're moving away from sort of tougher waters, more turbulent waters, and you're moving into more peaceful place. So this is a really positive move for you if you're moving. But I think that's it. That's all that I'm really getting for this. Just remember that, again, life is about those pauses, those special moments because it goes so fast, and we create a lot of chaos in our lives. And this brings up, ladies, if you have kids and you have a crazy schedule where, you've got soccer games and baseball and ballet and tap dance and, karate or whatever, and jujitsu, whatever it is, you've got all like 10 activities. You're creating your madness. You're creating madness in your household that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary, and it's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for them, because it just teaches them not to live in the moment, not to just be okay with sitting still. It creates this hectic kind of energy that they are always going to feel like they have to go out and be busy and do stuff, and like, or else they're not going to be able to compete in the world or get by in the world. And I'm not saying don't get a tutor. I'm not saying don't do baseball or don't do soccer. But ladies, if you've got several kids and you're doing like more than 2 activities for each or even for one, it's too much. I was listening to this on the radio the other day, and it's interesting because, I was lucky. There were things that I did. I had piano lessons, and I was always busy in school, but it wasn't like ad nauseum. There were times where I just came home from school and did my homework. And there's nothing wrong with that. And those times I actually really enjoyed that because I got to spend time with my brothers. We played, we got to play. I got to go outside. It was good. It was fun. That was fun for me. And I feel like kids need that fun time. That sometimes they need that quiet time where they're not going to and from. They're just enjoying their life. As adults, we don't have a lot of that. And for kids, they need to be able to enjoy that. So that is my message. I'm not coming down on you if you have activities, but really just, and for those of you who have a very crazy schedule, it's time to clear your schedule. It's time to just say, okay, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, and that's all you're doing. And say no to the other stuff for right now. And then you can always go back and adjust it later. But right now, you're going to do X, Y, and Z. And any more than that is going to just push you over an edge. And just because you're doing these activities, like, I want you to think about the energy about these activities and what these activities mean for you, what they're doing for you. And it's not about, like, it may give you a sense of accomplishment to do a lot of activities and things, But at the same time, is it creating havoc? Is it creating stress? Is it causing you to have this very hectic, crazy lifestyle? If it's not, if your activities you're doing so much that you have no time to have a moment of peace, a moment to yourself, a moment where your thoughts are calm and you're not going, thinking about the next thing that you need to do, then you've got too much going on, and that's just, there's always a financial aspect to what we do, whether it's we sign our kids up for special activities or whether it's, we're taking, doing activities ourselves, or we're in school and we're enrolling in school and some classes or whatever. But there's this element of I feel like you're getting so wrapped up in your activities, whatever they may be, that it's either causing financial strain on you, or you're not paying attention to the financial aspect of all this stuff, or you're getting so wrapped up in this financial stuff that you're not enjoying life anymore. You've forgotten how to enjoy life. You've forgotten how to just be and how to just live. And now I kind of can hear people going, well, I have to pay my rent, I have to pay my bills and all this stuff. But I'm not saying don't work. I'm not saying, but just, try to figure out a way to work a little bit smarter and to enjoy your life in the process. And I think you'll be a lot happier. If you don't have a flashlight, I always say get a flashlight. When I see this card, there's going to be some storms coming up, guys. I feel like there's storms in the works. You know, we're moving into the storm period. So, you know, get a flashlight and, you know, keep one in your car, keep one in your house, you know, have multiples, you know, that's what I suggest. So anyways, and just be prepared overall. So anyways, have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back for October 13th shortly here, and I wish you all the best. All right, guys, big hugs, big kisses. I'll talk to you soon.